Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leem.
Hang on, I'm just getting the switch. There we go. Happy days. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leem, the panel show that takes a set of comedians and submits them to an hour's worth of really awkward and increasingly stupid questions. So will we top last week's best question, which was, if your life depended on it, would you drink Katie Hopkins' breast milk? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So if you are watching us live, you can submit your questions for me to ask the panel. The more cringe, the better, please. And if you are a friend or a family member, then you're going to know some dirt on one of the panel, and you can really make them squirm. It's great when they squirm. It really is. So if you're watching us live, give us a share or whatever the YouTube equivalent is. We're not live on Twitter this week. We're experimenting with going on 2 different Facebook channels, which hopefully is going to give us some more viewers. It's all about the viewers. And why do I want more viewers? Well, money is the reason. If you're enjoying the show and you want to donate to the cause, then please do. You can get it over by PayPal, paypal.me/Alex Leem, or Ko-fi or Coffee, however you pronounce it. Who knows? .com/Alex Leem. You can also scan here this QR code, which I have tested. No excuses. And you can donate £5 to the show. Like my Facebook page. That was all of the right words. They just all wanted to come out at the same time. Like my Facebook page, please, at Alex Leem Stand Up, and subscribe on YouTube. Search for at Alex Leem. And if you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, join us live Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. But please do still comment. I'm genuinely interested in what time of the week that you are watching this. Anyway, so we will crack on and welcome tonight's panel. So please welcome, in no particular order, Jay Sandhu, Rebecca Turner, Greg Phillips, and Katie Brown. Hello to you all.
Oh.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Excellent. There was a bit of a pause there where all of a sudden I panicked, but that's good. So let's see who's on board and watching already. Roger Poulter, he says hello.
Hi, Roger.
Hello. Graham Whistler, comedian. Christ, that title sequence is long. Hi, guys.
Hi, Graham.
Thanks, Graham. Always appreciate your input. And also, and John Morris is on with a question already. We actually had a question submitted from somebody who knows a member of the panel, but they said they can't join us for the live broadcast, but they probably will be joining for the replay. And it's a question for Jay. So, Jay, Tej wants to know, what's it like when your dad is cooler than you are?
Brilliant. Fantastic.
I sense a stitch up.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I also get told that people think I'm his brother because he looks crazy young as well. So that's another favourite pastime of mine. I've just come to accept it now, and I just lean into it. I introduced him first and then let him talk to all the boring people, and I just mop up with everybody else afterwards. So
what's the age difference between you and your dad?
Well, it'd be my age, wouldn't it? Shitting out. It'd be 20. Bad maths for a maths, isn't it? It'll be 29 years, I think.
Okay. So let's say you were a teacher, not a maths teacher, by any chance, are you?
I am a maths teacher. Yeah, I am a maths teacher.
Outstanding. And we will.
This has started.
This has started very well. I thought we'd get the friends and family stitch up in there real early on. But please, everyone else who's watching, get your questions in. Get your questions in. Let's see if we can top that one. So our first question, our first pre-written question, which is to all of you. In a week which would have been John Lennon's birthday, we've got a twist on a classic. So the question is, John Lennon, George Harrison, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, shag, marry, kill, sail away with on a yellow submarine. So in that order, Greg, will come to you first.
I would shag George Harrison because I think he was the most underrated Beatle.
So you think about that score, he'd be the most underrated in bed?
Oh, you turned that round on me. To be fair, I'm very disappointing, so I think we could just disappoint each other.
Okay.
Oh.
I would sail away.
Your Tinder bio.
Average at best is my Tinder bio. That's all it says.
Nice.
I would sail away with Ringo Starr because everyone gives Ringo a bad rep. But he narrated Thomas the Tank Engine. I'd just have him walking around my yellow submarine, just narrating everything I did.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, Thomas. Well, that would get a bit tedious after a while if he's just there going, "He's gone to the kitchen. He's put the kettle on."
No, I'd love that. I'd be right on board with that. I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh no, looks like he's gone for coffee.
Hey, look, Greg, I've written a song. Oh, bless you.
On the debate of Ringo, on the one hand, yes, Thomas the Tank Engine, but on the other hand, did you see that Skechers advert? Obviously not.
I did.
About 2 or 3 years ago, I mean, randomly, they got Ringo Starr to advertise Skechers, the memory foam footwear, with him playing drums for about 2 or 3 seconds and then going, "Boy, Skechers." What? Why?
I'm going to have to YouTube this when this is done.
Yeah, but please do.
That sounds brilliant.
Please do.
Do you
sell me
think Ringo Starr is from Birmingham?
Oh, that's right. We all live in a yellow submarine.
Some Skechers like you.
And in a Risco. Lucy's in the sky with diamonds. Were you doing, Lucy? Go off your high horse, Lucy. What are you doing?
Joe, should we just sod the rest of the questions? Let's just do Beatles lyrics with the Brummie accent for the rest of the hour.
That sounds amazing.
I'd be happy doing that. Oh, they used to die. Oh boy.
I want to hold your hand.
Okay, all right, enough. Let's stop there. Just for some reason that felt a bit rapey. Let's roll. Katie, your thoughts on the Beatles foursome debate?
Well, I was going to go the same lines and marry Ringo because I wanted him to narrate everything, or at least just read Thomas. Lennon's already dead, so that's the job done. Don't need to kill him, so we'll have that. And Paul McCartney probably chuck him in a yellow submarine on his own.
Ooh.
And then he's out of the way. Problem solved.
Problem solved, yeah.
I don't know, who have I got left?
I just love the way that you talked about Paul McCartney. You talked about Paul McCartney, how people talk about coronavirus. That was the best way to get rid of it.
Yellow
That
submarine.
leaves me shagging George Harrison.
Okay, so that's 2 for George Harrison.
That's another one that likes disappointing sex right there.
I'm used to it.
Jay, your thoughts?
I think I would go with I'm gonna kill Ringo. Just straight out the blocks, not for any reason in particular, but just because why not? I am gonna go with no reason in particular. I'm gonna go with marry Paul McCartney, but in a hope that I get loads of Linda McCartney's vegetarian duck because I really like it.
What do you think he got the rights in?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping is that there's some little shift I can move there, And I'm really undecided about the last two, which way around I'd put them. So I just see if they're both up for a massive three-way.
Roll, rock and roll. You know, never leaves you. Never leaves you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Rebecca, your thoughts?
I'd say I'd marry George Harrison, just because he produced a lot of obscure stuff, and I think a similar vein. I think to Sandu's option of picking Paul to marry because of Linda McCartney's like sausages and like her sausage money. I do agree with that. I'd say fun.
Sausage money. That's my favourite
Sausage
thing.
money. Linda McCartney sausage money.
Okay, we have our first contender for the podcast title. Sausage money.
Sausage money. I'd say this is so hard.
Who are you saying that to, George?
Wait.
The sausage.
Oh, then.
There we go. First one of the evening. There we go.
I'd say right. Okay, now I'm gonna go a bit crazy. I'm gonna say Shag, Ringo Starr, because I think he'd be quite freaky. I want to hear what his like sex voice would be. I just want to hear what it's just like. Oh no, I can't do his accent very well, but just be like
that makes two of us.
It's a Birmingham one. Fine.
Would it be weird at the point of climax?
I've been a bad boy. I've been a bad boy. Right, what tank engine, please? I've been a very naughty boy. I go like the steamers. No replacement. I'll replace you. I don't need to do the weird hand action. That looked dodgy. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I just love.
No, it looks dodgy. Okay.
I love that it gets sooner and sooner for how we take such a turn each week. We're barely 15 minutes in, and we're already here. Personally, I would say definitely murder Ringo Starr, Skechers advert, and also that YouTube video he put up. This is probably another one for you to look up, Greg, if you've not seen it already. About 11 years ago, he put up a YouTube video telling the world to stop sending him fan mail.
I remember that.
Yeah. And at the end of every sentence, he said, "Peace and love, peace and love. I'm warning you all now with peace and love. After the 14th, if you send me any fan mail, it will not get read. It will be tossed." Word for word. That's what he said. So for that reason, just want him out of the way. Marry Paul, not only for the sausage money, but also I might be able to get a cheap Stella McCartney suit. Always thinking. And sail away on ELS submarine. I'll pick George and John and then pitch them against each other for a fight. Because I
would your money be on?
John, I reckon he fought dirty.
I just think John. I reckon John couldn't be asked to get out of bed to fight in the first place.
Oh, yeah. He's too peaceful with his sleeping protests, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Yeah, he'd just be in that bed for a week in the hotel in Amsterdam. Sticking with the Beatles theme for our next question, which is, if you had to assassinate one of the Beatles, what weapon would you use and how would you go about it?
Who really doesn't like the Beatles?
Well, I mean, if you absolutely had to murder one of them, assuming that they're all still alive and you got the job as a contract killer, you had to bump one of them off, who would it be and what would you use? We'll come to you first, Katie, because you've already got your hand up.
Paul McCartney with Heather Mills's other leg.
Oh! Bravo. Beat that. Anyone else? Anyone else with any thoughts on this? Which one would you murder and how? Assuming that they're all still alive. Yes. thoughts, Rebecca? Unless you're just saluting me. I don't know.
No. Both would be fancy, both of them. Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask a quick question to clarify the question that has been asked.
Yes.
Could the person who's doing the assassination? Could I pick who does it? Does it have to be me?
Yeah, absolutely. You can delegate.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, you got some more mulling to do.
No. I've got an idea. I just really fancy like hiring like the Bee Gees to kill one of the Beatles. It's like this like band versus band war. So I'm thinking total Beatles carnage. Just like
When I wrote this question, not at one point did I think anyone would pick the Bee Gees to murder the Beatles with. That's just beautiful. I've got this vision in my head like Street Fighter, but just with like it's using some moves from like Saturday Night Fever, but more ninja.
Okay.
I'd have thought like the obvious choice would have been like Mick Jagger, Stones versus Beatles. That was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have thought I would quite like to see Mick Jagger garrot Paul McCartney. Just Mick Jagger had the better voice
with some guitar wire.
Some intense porn.
with the thinnest guitar wire, just to shut Paul McCartney up.
Okay. Well, he's losing his vocals anyway, so
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I think let's get Mick Jagger to just finish the job off. And
okay.
I don't think he's very busy at the minute either. He'd probably enjoy that job.
While we check that Greg's chair is bolted to the ground, Jay, your thoughts?
I'm going to go with the Spice Girls, but not in like a weird kind of Battle of the Bands way, but just to sing at them on auto-tunes until their head explodes.
Ooh. Nice. Like we've done there. I would. I think that if we're talking about the previous battles that they've had, Stones versus the Beatles, then I would probably employ the current CEO of Apple and to murder them with an iPad Pro. Because they had the big court case over who had the rights to the name Apple. So let's look at the viewer comments now. Jay, you'll be pleased to note that Tej has now joined us and has now officially posed a question because you missed the start bit. Tej, we did ask that question. So we have asked that question already. You'll be pleased to know. And his toes did curl. Which is good. Let's have a look back, see what we've got. Lou Williams, evening all. Hello, Lou. Lou then goes on to say, I need to get on this show. Hello, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
DM me, Lou. DM me.
You need to get Lou on this show.
We will, yes, DM me. We'll sort a date out. Roger Poulter asked a question, quite a topical one, considering what happened this week. What would you retrain as? Now, this is to do with Rishi Sunak apparently being misquoted. Everyone working in the arts should retrain. So Jay, if you had to give up all the performance and retrain as something completely different, what would it be?
I think I would retrain as Donald Trump's doctor because apparently you need no qualifications for that. And I think I'd be ready in a week.
True. So just write prescription out for the strongest antibiotics and then just pack a lies. Fine. Rebecca.
I would like. I think that I would retrain as Roger's wine glass.
Ah, okay. That's I've seen that profile picture before. I've never actually noticed the girth of his wine glass. So if someone's reading way too much into the girth of his wine glass, and what I meant, it's not my fault that everything I say sounds filthy. Katie, what would you like to retrain as?
Well, I've actually just started a textiles degree, so I'm going into another useless sing, being all arty. So I've gone from this to another art. So I might just go and sign on the doll.
Fair enough. Greg.
The first thing that came to mind was ninja, to be honest. Straight out of the block. What? Who doesn't want to be a ninja? I'd retrain as a ninja tomorrow.
So much effort involved in being a ninja, though. You got to actually do stuff.
Yeah, but how? Well, yeah, but I don't do anything now. So let's flip it on its head and actually start doing shit.
Don't forget the new sub-genre of ninja that Rebecca's hit upon, the Bee Gees ninja. Yeah, some staying alive moves. Back on the topic of the Bee Gees, Graham Whistler put Bee Gees murdering while singing "Staying Alive" because I love irony. Yeah, I can picture that now. Tej loves the fact that her question made it onto the show before she did. Just watch back. The whole question made it on for me. Nice. John Morris, previous panelist, gone with a question: which Spice Girl would you put in a blender? Someone else we need to check has got their chair bolted to the ground. Which Spice Girl would you want to put in a blender? A free for all. Anyone that's got an idea on this, feel free to shout out. Yes, Greg.
Posh, straight out. We aren't even thinking about it. Posh.
Any reason, or are you just angry?
Just angry.
Mostly does that to me. I'd offer.
She's an ironing board with a face. Just get rid of it. There's no need. There's no need for it to even exist. She didn't even reunite with them. Just
I know. Get over yourself, Posh.
Yeah, exactly. Get over it.
Move on. She didn't even sing in the first song.
Exactly. Don't need her.
Yeah. She joined the band after they recorded the first song, so she didn't actually do anything apart from mime to someone else's vocals in the video. John goes on to say, "My chair isn't bolted down, and I know where you live, Alexander." No one ever calls me by my full name unless they mean business. Okay, we'll go back to the pre-written questions now. Let's leave the audience alone for a second. So, next question. Complete the following advertising slogan, wrong answers only. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's...
AIDS.
Syphilis.
Oh. Boom! AIDS and syphilis straight out of the ballpark. Rebecca, let's see what you do. I'll give you the feline again. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's
because she's from Essex.
Oh, right. So I'm now thinking an offshoot of Maybelline New York, Maybelline Essex.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do just one shade, heavy tan, and then that's Maybelline Essex. Katie, do you want the feed line again?
Oh, go on then, yeah.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's
ringworm.
Wow. Okay. So three illnesses and a relocation, which is nice. Moving on. Next question. Quite a apocalyptic, deathy theme happening tonight. What song would you like played at your funeral, and why? I've thought quite a lot about this one myself over the years, and just for fun, I'd like "View to a Kill" by Duran Duran.
Nice.
That's a good jam.
Thanks. So there's so Jay's actually scribbling down now. He's got a few ideas by the looks of things. We'll come to him in a second.
Thinking.
Yeah, Greg. Angry Greg.
I'm literally torn with this because one of my favorite songs ever, and this is general public knowledge because it's a guilty pleasure, is Natalie Imbruglia's "Torn." That is what, but I recently found out it was a cover, which pissed me off. So I'm gonna go with Ash, "Burn Baby Burn," because I'm gonna be cremated.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. I like
Just
that.
as I'm
I
going
like
through
that.
the
That's good.
curtains. Yeah, just as I'm going through the curtains. And Baby Burn. That's...
Not the disco version of the Tramps. Burn, baby,
No,
burn, Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno. Yeah, either one. I'll be dead. I won't know.
Or the crazy world of Arthur Brown. I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you.
So those two are Highway to Hell.
My dad went Highway to Hell.
Your dad.
Yeah, that's actually what he's asked for.
Outstanding.
Wow.
I'll start that again because I realised I was saying I was at a funeral with a bit too much glee in my voice.
Say it in a Birmingham accent, you'll sort it.
That 4 years ago I was at a funeral, and it was a family, a distant relation who, and you know when these occasions when sort of gallows humour comes out, you know, the sort of the knuckle sort of dark humour. So I was in the car making my funeral with my mum. I just went, we're talking about cliched funeral songs. And we said, oh, God, could you imagine if they played The Last Waltz by Engelbert Humperdinck? You know, just throwaway comments like that. So then when we're stood, and then in the lineup in the churches, the coffin was being brought in. And at that moment, The Last Waltz by Engelbert Humperdinck started playing. And I then looked at my mum, then looked at me, and then we were both trying not to burst out laughing at this moment, which was really hard. But the good thing is, if you bite your bottom lip and trying to stop laughing, it looks like you're on the verge of tears. So we got away with it, thankfully. So who else have we not asked yet about their funeral song? Rebecca?
Okay. What I'd like for my funeral song is I really want the Doors, the end from Apocalypse Now, and so I want it proper dramatic and like a proper like flashbacky vibes where like as the corpse I'm struggling in like this hot sweaty atmosphere. I want the experience. I want you to see like my experience, and I want Marlon Brando there, like in the church. I want Marlon Brando just kind of like giving me that weird creepy guidance because he's at that point in his acting where he's gone a little bit you know when actors like have you seen that video of Tony Curtis painting in his house? But he's had like really loads of plastic surgery, and it's just a bit like, oh, Tony. Oh.
Okay. So a dramatic montage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But not 80s style. Not the cool 80s style, but like the serious NAM flashbacks that were popular in the 80s and 90s.
Okay, cool. And at this point, it's worth pointing out for the podcast listeners that Greg's just taken his dressing gown off.
I've just moved.
Just rude. You get a bit toasty, Greg.
I got a bit warm, and frankly, I was sick of having my phone on charge, so I've moved. I'm comfy now. I'm like, I'm almost laid down.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Laid back
Jay.
to the point of being horizontal.
Nice. Jay.
Now, I was torn between even Ignition by R. Kelly and the Pokemon theme tune for two very different reasons. But I think I'd have to go with, because one's for children and one's not.
Okay.
But I would go with the Pokemon theme tune because it just pleased me greatly to see everyone like crying, kind of being like, I want to be the very best that no one ever was. And then people will be like, boom, boom, boom. And I just think it'd be fucking brilliant.
That's vivid imagery. You've got some of us singing along now. I could also that would transfer well if you got like the church choir to sing it. I think that would have some resonance to it.
In the background, doing the extra bits. Yeah, sorted. This is it. It's done. Pokemon theme tune when I go.
Excellent. Well, if our friends and family are watching, you now know what our last wishes are.
Mine was the Benny Hill theme.
Was what?
The Benny Hill theme.
So if you'd have to ask them to really speed up the cast of where the coffin goes in at that point, because you can't have a slow Maybe
So they could drop it a few times, and you know, and I want to be buried anyway, not cremated. So they could like put it in, take it out, put it in, lose it. I mean, the choices are endless.
So the Benny Hill thing. So you want the vicar to be bald, so somebody could slap his head repeatedly.
Yeah. The dirty old man with glasses just running around crazy.
Nice.
I reckon I must have an uncle like that.
I think we all do. Somewhere. Back to the other questions. John Morris is back on. He wants to know if you had a chance to kill Hitler, but in doing so, be plunged into an eternal purgatory where you lived forever in Teletubby land, would you kill Hitler? So this raises quite a few questions from John. Firstly, it's the opportunity to time travel, and also the consequence of that being that you live forever in quite an idyllic-looking surrounding with 4 housemates who make a lot of toast and custard.
Yeah.
You could kill them as well.
I don't see a downside to this.
Yeah, I think although it'll be a bit freaky looking up at the sun and it's a baby's head.
It must have grown up by now. I reckon it's Danny DeVito's face now.
When you look,
a question of my own. Just before I make up my mind, how do you fuck a Teletubby?
I'm pleased to say I've never been that bored that I've given it.
I mean, no, if I'm going to spend forever.
Oh my god, you could put porn on their tellies.
Good shout. Yeah, good shout.
Okay.
Poe's got the little hole, I guess. I mean,
well, isn't it Dipsy with the...
No, Dipsy's got the stick. That's
and then who's got the round bit? You could have loads of fun with them.
Round bit.
Yeah, I'd do it. There's plenty of sexual experience to be had with Teletubbies. I'm on board. Kill Hitler.
What about the Hoover?
You never know if you disappointed them because they can't talk.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Are we now genuinely asking about how would a Teletubby let you know that they've climaxed?
Do you know also, just on a side note,
Wow!
Tubby custard.
What's that sound? A load of childhoods ruined. Tubby.
I found out recently that there are Teletubby babies now, so they must be able to reproduce somehow.
Really?
I won't want any of them kicking about.
Is this canon? Is this in the series?
It's in the series. It's in the series. So I don't know whether you'd be birthing like human Teletubby hybrid babies, and whether they'd be like humans with shit on their head with a TV in their stomach, and then appear on Doctor Who. I'm assuming the week after, but I don't. I'm intrigued. So let me know when you're able to do that. I want to know the outcome.
Okay, Lou Williams has a interesting side thought, looking for Teletubby sex toys. So would this be sex toys in the shape of the Teletubbies, or sex toys that you'd use on a Teletubby? if you could clarify. She also says, well, he's not called Tinky Winky for nothing. That's just missing a winking emoji. Cheers, Lou. Thanks for that.
They come attached with sex toys, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you meant to do with that big triangle thing, but the other 3 probably quite useful.
You could turn it into a flashlight.
You might be able to mould it into a butt plug.
Yeah, one of those like mouldy flashlight things, and
You could turn it into a flashlight. Okay, all right. So that's the third option for the podcast episode title. So it's a toss-up between sausage money, tubby custard, and turn it into a flashlight. Just making a note of that.
Sausage money.
Sausage money. Yeah, sausage money is still in there.
No.
Well, Lou is enjoying this at least. So cheers, Lou. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Lou.
Nunu. He's got good suction. Thank you, Roger. Actually, again, it wouldn't be that bad living there because you've got a vacuum cleaner that does all of the housework.
I like the innocent take you took on that. That's...
Yeah, I thought you was going to go another direction with that, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like a student household because they just have toast and custard, and only one of them cleans it.
That's the point. But you never. True. There must be a fridge full of sambuca as well if it's like a student house.
Or Cactus Jack.
That's true. On to our next question, which is a show and tell question. So I'll pose the question to you. You'll all have 30 seconds to find something related to this question, bring it back, and then talk about it. So the question is, you have 30 seconds to find something that is out of date. Now, this could mean either something food-wise or something that you own that is no longer fashionable or useful, but you still have it. Okay, is everyone clear? I feel really sorry for Greg because he's just gotten himself really comfy.
I'm dead comfy right now.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to go and find something like that and bring it back, starting from now. And I'm the first one back. Hello, Greg. Greg's back. Hello, Greg.
Yeah, I'm knackered. I had to run upstairs.
Nice. You're looking well on it, though. You're looking well on it. I love the sounds of rattling and everything else that's going on in the background. While waiting for Alex to come back, John Morris says, Alex, I've just sent you a photo of baby Teletubbies. I'm not sure I want to see this. Let's have a look. John Morris, let's have a look. They're called Tiddlytubbies. And he has sent me a picture of them, so you are right. So there they are. There's the Tiddlytubbies.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
By the looks of things, they've mated with the vacuum cleaner. There's a small version of Nunu there. Let me show you that. What's going on there? That's just wrong.
It's stressed me out.
Yeah, I feel stressed now, though. So has everyone got something that is out of date?
Yeah.
So to speak. I'll go first. The first thing I found, and it's so out of date, it's got mold spores and dust on it. It's not food stuff. These were hugely popular in like the late 90s, early noughties. It is my chill out album that I bought in 1999. So remember, sort of like chilled out albums and chilled Ibiza, they were all the rage. So this, kids, is called a CD. So there we are. Which, if you can look up, I don't know if you can see that up close. You can see the levels of dust that's on there. Right.
Wow.
That's how much I play CDs now. And as always, you buy these things thinking you're being really cool. Then you look at the track listing and you go, I'm like, what? I don't know any of these people. Yeah, I know none of these. I know the Stone Roses, but I don't know who the frigs remixed it. That's about it. That's my out of date thing. Ibiza chill out. So who'd like to go next? Don't all rush.
I'll go.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I used to have about 3 of those.
Lava lamp, which there's a picture of a lava lamp on that.
Oh, mate, if somebody's got an inflatable chair, we're onto a 90s throwback winner.
I know.
I've got one in the garage. I've got an inflatable sofa in the garage.
Load up the Mario Kart. We're coming round.
No, it's down.
Rainbow Road, Rainbow.
I'm on the third floor. There's no way I'm going all the way out to the garage.
Fair enough. So is the lava lamp that you've just held aloft, is that still operational? Does it still work?
Well, if I put it on after about 2.5 hours, there might be some movement in the lava, but it pretty much is now just a light.
That sounds a lot like my brain first thing.
I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see the dust at the bottom of this, but
amazing.
I don't think my camera's good enough. But, I'm also moving the wrong way, so that doesn't help.
This all feels like we're appraising stuff on the Antiques Roadshow. As you see here, it still has the original dust around the bottom.
I mean, that'd be a really big quote by getting me to replace Dickinson, wouldn't it? Really, to be fair.
Jay's real deal. Right. Right, who's next? Don't be polite. Yes, Rebecca.
Yeah. Okay. So they're not exactly 1990s, but I've got these old prescription sunglasses that feel very 2006.
Okay.
And I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
I haven't really worn them, but they're kind of just a bit dated now, and it just makes you look like some weird, like, American kind of like weird douchey chap.
Wow. Straight out of the Matrix.
I know, they look like kind of like, oh.
Awesome.
I quite like those.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I think they're coming back in. I think they're coming back. I think you're good.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
It's a bit 2006. I don't know.
I mean, that was only, 14 years ago? That's fine. They're not even past puberty yet.
Yeah, I've got jokes older than that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll support the glasses wherever they have trouble.
Nice.
Because they're changing.
Katie, what have you got?
I have got, there we go. This is my other half face mask, as you can see. Now, I know they're quite recent. This is, as you can see, a disposable face mask that he has been using since the start of the outbreak.
Okay, so that's a disposable mask he's been using for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more than just one, I think. But yeah, that's the one. He seems to treasure it.
What does he do for a living? Lick doorknobs.
He doesn't go out very much, to be fair. I don't let him out very often.
Probably for the best. Greg, what have you got?
I have got that's a condom right there. That's been out. That's been out of date.
You've normally got one of them.
That's been out of date now for 18 months.
Weirdly enough, the when Katie was last on, did the show and tell of go and find the most useless thing that you've got in my bedroom. It's still in my desk drawer here, which is also this was given to me. This is not what I didn't buy this because this is the brand that you get from the pound shop. Yeah, ribbed and dotted. Real pleasure. So what did you say your use by date was on yours?
18 months ago.
So
I remember buying them because the girlfriend at the time was going from one contraceptive type to another, and I vastly overestimated the amount of sex I was going to get during the transition period.
So I'm assuming you bought one.
So I bought a pack of 12, and I've still got, tragically, 11 left.
Well, as the Americans say, it's better to have it and not need it. So
well, that's it. You see.
Yeah.
And, now, if I ever want a posh wank, at least I've got some.
I would say you came prepared, but not 12 times.
The Teletubbies.
Yeah, sorry, Rebecca, what were you saying?
Sorry. Can I just say that your condom, Alex, Ribs and Dotted, sounds like a really bad Stock Aitken Waterman band?
The Ribs and Dotted or Passante?
Ribs and Dotted. But Passante could work too. That's more
Passante.
like kind of new romantic. Just like kind of like huge, like colourful face paint and just be like, Passante.
Passante, they strike me as like two people that had quit Neighbours and they'd come over to London and signed with Stock Aitken and Waterman.
Passante.
Yeah.
I think Passante sounds more like a 70s perfume or aftershave. You can just hear it like being whispered at the end of a seductive advert.
Passante. Brilliant. And we all whispered it. Fantastic.
Somebody who's called Andy really needs a piss now.
Really? Oh, hello. What have you looking at the comments? Or is
No.
Neighbours?
He needs a Passante.
Oh,
Passante.
right.
Wait. No, you made that joke. I didn't realise you made that joke, and then I made that joke. Okay, I'm stupid. Sorry.
Well,
nobody got it when I made it. It's fine.
I didn't have a clue what was going on.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so confused. I'm so sorry, Katie. I'm so
Let's
sorry.
all take a breath. Let's and out. There we go. Okay, so keep your questions coming in, folks, if you're watching. So you've got time to get a couple of more viewer questions in before we finish. And also, everyone point to the QR code if you can find the right sort of angle. Yeah, there we go. Donate. I don't know why, but that made Alexa spring into life. I don't want you. Go away. Okay, yeah, donate. Sounds nothing like Alexa. What's up with you? Honestly. So keep the questions coming in. And also, this feels like a opportune moment to plug a new show, which will be streaming this Wednesday, produced by the people that bought you Awkward Question Time. Wednesday, the 14th of October at 10 p.m. Come and watch Booze at 10, the Comedian's Curfew Show with Graham Whistler, which I'll be producing. I won't be on it. Maybe that's a selling point for you. So back to the questions, which is, what's the weirdest thing you've done when you're alone? Interpret that however you want. But the weirdest thing that I'd say that I've done when I was alone, this was a while ago when I was still living down south, and I'd moved with my girlfriend at the time from London back down to Bournemouth. We both agreed on Bournemouth because that's where me and West both went to uni. So it's like a few days on the run up to Christmas. She'd already gone home, and I was left to unpack the stuff for like 2 or 3 days in this new flat. So I was completely alone. Knew nobody at all in Bournemouth. Would move down on Spake, and then it occurred to me after 2 days. I thought, I've not actually said anything out loud. I've more or less been mute for 2 days because I've not encountered anybody. And something inside me just went, oh, mate, you best test your vocal cords, see if they still work. So from nowhere, when I was unpacking the flat, I just suddenly went, just to test that my mouth still worked. So that is the weirdest thing that I've done when I was alone. So anyone else, feel free to jump in.
Oh, I'll jump in.
Yes, Jay.
Yes,
Jay.
I'll let you guess. I'll let you guess the age of this afterwards. But I once decided that I wanted to test the capabilities of a cape to see if it'd actually work. And the way I did this was by tying a blanket around my neck and then going into my back garden and jumping off the wall onto the trampoline, which worked the first 2 times. And then I thought, I need to get more height here. So then I climbed up to the other wall and thought, I'll jump off that. That was okay. That one was okay. Then I decided to jump from one wall to another wall and then over the thing into the trampoline. At that point, I slipped and almost shattered my kneecap on the second wall. And then when my mum came home, I was sat in the bath with the shower head on my leg trying to just stop the bleeding. She goes, what have you been doing? I said, I was testing the capabilities of a cape and almost shattered my kneecap. She went, "Fucking twat," and then just shut the door to the back.
Lou's chart up just saying, was this just last week, Jay?
No, because I haven't got the energy to jump off stuff anymore. Otherwise, it very may well have been.
Very well, Matt. Okay. Beat that if anyone wants to go ahead next.
I told my coffee table to fuck off the other day.
Okay. Now, what did your coffee table do that pissed you off so much?
Well, I was going to do the hoovering, as you do, as a semi-functional adult. So I had to move the coffee table so I could do the hoovering under it. It's only a small thing, but I moved it and then it fell over, which pissed me off. So I told it to fuck off. I think that falls under pretty weird. Either that or I narrate my entire life to my cat. I don't know. One of the two, I think.
Is that why you think? Is that why you think you get on really well with Ringo Starr?
Yeah. So I want to know what it feels like to be my cat, to have somebody narrate their entire life. To me, it'd be nice. I think. Either that. Then again, he's just pissed off upstairs, so I can't imagine that I'm that much fun to be around.
He's probably been attracted to the scent of 11 condoms that have gone off.
Scent of 11 condoms.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. That's the fourth contender for the podcast title.
What, 11 cents of condoms?
11 condoms. Yeah. Either way, this is all good. Probably got a whole season's worth just out of that. So who's next? Who's not gone yet?
I don't really do weird stuff on my own. I've done talking to furniture things, and I've done the just talking because you've not spoken for a few days. So I don't think either of you are particularly weird. I've never tried out the capabilities of a cape, though. I might have to do that one next. I don't think I learnt the moral of that story, but
if anything, Jay's a practical scientist.
Yeah, that's your retrain. There you go. You don't need to retrain now. You are a practical scientist. Off you trot.
Or Batman.
Yeah. Or Batman.
Go and do some science.
That's true. With enough startup capital, anyone could be Batman. It's just a pity that, it's just a pity that they don't do those sort of loans anymore. Anyone else got any weird shit before we move on that they've done on their own?
Yeah. A few years ago, sometimes when I was at uni and I worked on art projects by myself, there was like one time where it was like kind of early evening and no one was about, and so like I decided to just like by myself just like full on dance to 1980s like power songs. So like I danced from like Dirty Dancing, Footloose just by myself. That was a nice release of anger. That's something weird I did by myself. Also, at primary school, I used to get a lot of wee infections, and one time I was particularly bad, and I peed on myself when no one was around, and then I just walked away. So there's probably a pee stain on the carpet.
Okay.
I just remembered I do a weird thing.
Yes.
This just reminded me of the weird thing I did earlier, actually. Is when I'm alone and naked and near a mirror, I can't help but dance.
What's okay, hang on. Whoa there. Hang on. What's the attraction? Is it the jiggling? Is there
It's the jiggling. I love it. Do you know what? It might be a burlesque thing, possibly, but I get quite hypnotised by the way everything just wobbles. It's quite nice.
Jay, if you're selling that lava lamp, I think we've just discovered who needs it. There you go. I'm like Facebook Marketplace. Oh, yeah. Sort of done together. Lou's been back up. She agrees with me. Greg needs anger management.
Well, it was a toss up. It was a toss up between telling my coffee table to fuck off or calling my shower curtain a cunt. I don't know.
Okay. All right. What did your shower curtain do?
It kept sticking to me. What did he do? Well, just
get out of my face, you needy twat.
clean your bastard. Just give me a break.
Okay.
Sounds like single life to me.
It is entirely right, my friend. Entirely right.
Nice. So we've got time for one more viewer question if you wanted to get one in quickly. So now's the time to get typing. Next question from us, though. What's the first thing you'd do if you woke up one day and you were the opposite sex? For me, I think I would dance naked in front of a mirror just to see the jiggling. What else?
I
Who
think
else?
I'd probably do the same, see how it goes.
A different type of jiggle.
Yeah.
You've got whole new bits to jiggle.
I imagine there'd be more flop than jiggle.
Yeah, it's sort of, you can sort of like get a slapping motion if you jiggle quick enough.
I can get that anyway, to be fair.
No. Slapping motion is also in the running for the podcast title. And who am I kidding? It's sausage money. It's got to be sausage money.
I think so.
Yeah, all the way. Everyone else, what would you do if you switched genders one day? What would be the first thing you'd do?
I think the obvious thing. I reckon the obvious thing's got to be you've got to immediately go and find somebody to have sex with. Immediately.
Not even just have a wank. Just to find somebody to have sex with.
No. Straight out. Come.
No, you don't even want to practice on yourself first.
No. Deep end. Just plunge straight in there.
You sure you wouldn't want to see what it feels like with the leg off of that table you told to fuck off? Let's make it
or Tinky Winky's aerial. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's how you learn.
That's
Yeah.
It's how you learn. Just exploring your crevices.
That's it. Yeah.
Right, any more thoughts?
What I'd like to do is I would like to, if I was to be the opposite gender, I would totally create like a new account on Twitter and just like be the most toxic male I can be. Just see how much I can get away with being a dickhead. Just see how much I can push it.
Would you go like
really interesting?
Would you go like proper right wing as well? Have like a St George's cross as your profile picture? Have all the hashtags. Have all the hashtags like hashtag
first.
Yeah, defund the BBC, hashtag Brexit, all the works. Just spend all day arguing.
That's
Maybe
what
not
my
that
Twitter
far.
And always right, all in caps as well. Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, go on. Do tell.
Who are you waiting for? Sorry, I just think was that gender specific.
For a second, you just didn't move for a second. We thought you thought your bandwidth was down.
No, I was just bantering, but it's fine. Carry on.
Okay, all right. Jay, what would you do?
I think I'd wake up and just.
Oh, hello. I've jinxed it when I said your bandwidth was down. He's now glitching. Yeah. Jay, you're glitching. Tell us again.
Hello?
Hello, you're back.
Hello?
You're back.
Can you hear me?
We can now, yes.
Yeah.
So, tell us again.
All right. I said, following on from Rebecca's, I think I'd wake up and just be really pissy for no reason.
So a different identity for a day, no consequences, because you'd switch back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
You know that women
we're
are
all getting
pissy for no reason, though, don't you? The reason that women are normally pissy when they wake up is a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Not all
I can
men.
enjoy that on the other side of it for once.
Hashtag not all men.
I did say not all men. I did specify not all men.
I know, but it's true though. We are. We've had a meeting. We all are. Right, so that is just about it, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you to everyone that tuned in and asked questions. So we will plug this again. Yeah, we'll plug this again Wednesday night, October the 14th, 10 p.m. Booze at 10. Yeah, booze at 10. And going back up to the top, money. Donate via paypal.me/Alex Liam and kofi.com/Alex Liam as well. So thanks to everyone that joined us. Lou, enjoyed that. Absolutely brilliant. Good to have you on, Lou. Let's talk. Let's get you on the show soon. Thank you to my panel as well. Katie Brown, Rebecca Turner, Jay Sandu, and Greg Phillips. Thanks to you all. Let's all mutually clap like they do on the Steve Wright show.
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm holding my phone in the other hand.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
I've got to clap somehow.
That's good clapping in. Oh, yeah, elbow. Yeah, elbow bump.
Elbows.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Before we go, has anyone got anything to plug, even if it is just your social media handles?
No, I mean, feel free to add me at Greg Phillips on Facebook and send me a message because I'm very lonely.
Oh God!
And angry as well.
Yeah, calm me down.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Yeah. Are you sure you need fans or just the Samaritans?
I think all my issues can be resolved with sex if anybody's available.
It does seem that way. That certainly does come across.
Just bring some fresh ones because his has expired. Anyone else? Jay, is that your Twitter handle that you've signed in with?
Yeah, it's my Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and that lot. I've also got a podcast. If anyone wanted to have a listen to that, it's called.
Yes, do tell.
Well, it's J Chats. That's it. It's called J Chat. It's on everything. You can have a listen to it. It's random stuff every week, every other week even. But yeah, click on it, Excellent. Have a look, have a listen.
Excellent. Rebecca, how about you?
Yeah, sure thing. Okay. I did some last year. I did some physical live surreal gigs down where I'm based in Sussex, Brighton, and at the moment I'm doing online ones. The next online show is a Halloween one, and it's clog comedy Ha-Ha-Ween, and you can find more details about that. It's streamed to a private Zoom link. And it's 28th of October, and you can find more details on it on my Instagram of @BexTurnerComedy or the Twitter page for it @ClogComedy.
Excellent. Excellent.
I've just got one more thing. If
go for it,
because I've just remembered for a friend. They do. It's a similar thing to this, but they do it. It's about football, but it's a football show for people that don't really like football, called the Feet and Ball Show. It's hosted by the fantastic Stuart Dunlop. And I think they renamed the Alternative Cobra Comedy Quiz is what they used to go by, and now they do the Feet and Ball Show as well.
Nice.
And I'm plugging that because I want to be on it.
Nice. Stealth marketing for yourself. Katie, have you got anything?
Under the radar.
I've got my website now, katiedoescomedy.co.uk, and eventually everything will be on there. But there is some crap up there right now if you want to go look.
Don't oversell it. Okay, with that in mind, thanks again to everyone watching. Thanks to the panel. Also, the panel, the closing credits do finish abruptly, so there's like a 2-second gap where they finish. Will all suddenly then reappear before I can click end broadcast. So my challenge to you lot is, if you can pull a stupid face now and see if we can hold it for the end credits, so then we appear at the end looking ridiculous. Everyone got that? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Until the next time, stay awkward. Nice, nicely done. Are you all right, Katie?